Hello, everybody. Friday, it's Friday. You guys know I danced last Friday too, so welcome to the show. It's Friday. It's day 7 of the 12 days of Christmas. My hair is kind of getting a little funky, so I had to put it up. And I can see that I've got these like little pieces that are sticking out, but how about these earrings though? Aren't these cute? Like, I just love these earrings. They're so fun. I saw them at H&M I think it was like a couple months ago, and I was like, I must have these. I had to have them. I didn't know where I would wear them or how I would wear them. But I have found a few ways to wear them, and I'm really enjoying them. They're fun. So let's get right into it, shall we? So it's Friday, day 7 of the 12 days of Christmas. I'm trying to be kind of thoughtful and logistical with some of the topics. I thought today, as we enter into this kind of second last weekend before Christmas shopping, would be a good day to talk about some stocking stuffer and teacher gift ideas, because I'm sure those are kind of the things that you're thinking about right now. And I'm not a gift giving expert by any means. I do like to try to give good gifts and unique gifts, and I try to be very thoughtful in my gift giving. I'm a big fan of handmade or homemade things that people will really appreciate, and this is the first year that I have to really think about the Christmas gift giving at school with teachers, because my kids started kindergarten this year, so we haven't really had to do this before. So I've been kind of racking my brain for, what am I going to do for my kids' teacher that is going to be unique, valuable, useful. And I have heard over and over a lot of teachers say, I don't need any more mugs, or I don't really want chocolates. So if there's any teachers that are watching this, please chime in and let me know what gifts you guys have received in the past that you really liked, and share with the rest of the people who are watching this any ideas that you may have. These are just some of the things I'm just going to list off over the next 5 to 10 minutes. Some of the ideas that I've had come across my table that I am going to somehow put into some nice gifts for my kids' teacher. So first and foremost, you guys know this about me if you follow me, I'm all into the essential oils lately, and I really think that there's not one person in this world who would not benefit from a good quality essential oil. So, and because I'm into them now and I sell essential oils now, I personally am thinking essential oils are going to be somehow part of my gift giving. Now, oils themselves, like the actual bottle itself, they're not cheap. So if you have multiple people to gift and you don't want to be giving every person their own bottle of essential oil, I think one of the greatest gifts you can give is some type of a homemade blend. So, just the same way you would bake cookies for your teacher, or I've seen these other gifts lately, I was going to talk about this later, but I'll talk about it now, where somebody will just have a mason jar, something like this, but it'll be a little bit bigger, and it'll just be filled with all the exact amounts of ingredients that you need to make cookies or make pancakes or bake a cake. And I thought that was really unique. It literally just looks like a mason jar, and then you can tag it with a really cute tag, and it'll say, all you got to do is add water to this mixture, or add water and an egg, and bake it for this long at this temperature, or something like that. I thought that was really useful and a really cute idea, and every single part of that gift is so useful because they're going to use the inside, and then an empty mason jar, has so many awesome uses afterwards, right? I love mason jars. So I was going to talk about that later, but there's a gift idea for you right there. If nothing else, you can pre-measure out dry ingredients for any type of, baking. And it doesn't even have to be baking. I'm just thinking what else you could do. I'm sure you could get creative, like any food item, and just make it super quick for a teacher or for anybody who's kind of a busy person to be able to kind of like bake cookies or something at home. And all they'd have to do is just, use whatever's in here. So that's a great idea. But what I was going to say was along those lines of customizing something like that. Now you can also do that with essential oils. So I love getting these little containers. You can buy everything now. You can, I don't know if I have, yeah, actually I do have one of these, so I'll show this to you as well. But you can just get so much stuff now. You go to any supply store, any beauty supply store that sells like natural, handmade products supplies. So, one of the ones that I go to is here in the Lower Mainland in BC, and they have just everything. Like you can buy all different kinds of like carrier oils, candle, like wax, beeswax to make your own candles. You can get stuff there to make your own nail polish, and they have these containers that you can buy. So I just love buying this kind of stuff in bulk because you can make little gifts for people using your essential oils. So if you don't want to spend the money and buy an actual bottle of essential oil, then just make your own stuff with the oils. So I think for like the close people in my life would be giving away actual bottles of oils to people. But if I had to give to like a group of people, or let's say you've got like 3 or 4 teachers, then maybe you make stuff for them. And this is something, again, so valuable, so useful. They can use the product and then they can use the container after. So some ideas for this would be something like this, right? Like you get a little spray bottle. And one of the gift ideas I love for teachers is hand sanitizer. So you can actually make your own hand sanitizer with the proper oils that are going to have those antibacterial, antiviral, anti-germ properties, and you can make a little hand sanitizer for your teacher to like keep on her desk. And the other thing I love is making like a little perfume roller bottle for them that's not really perfume, so it's not toxic like perfume, but it's going to be maybe like calming and soothing. And, in those days that they're having in the classroom where the day is a little bit crazy, maybe you give them something like this that's filled with a carrier oil and some calming essential oils. Or maybe you do like bath salts, right? So you could do something like this, a mason jar with bath salts, and then you drop a couple of drops of your oils into the bath salts and give it a good toss, and then they can use that in the bath. Now, that alone I think is a great gift, but what I really love to do when I give handmade, homemade gifts to people, I think part of the beauty of doing something like this comes in what goes with it, right? So make a little theme out of it, and maybe, you get them the bath salts, and then maybe you get them something that would go good with that. And then write out like a little instruction sheet on how to use this. And I think with essential oils, especially nowadays, we're just starting to understand that true essential oils, not synthetic oils, but like the good stuff, has properties way beyond their smell, right? So up until this point, we've been thinking lavender is a smell or oregano is a smell, but now we understand that not only is smell incredibly powerful and aromatherapy incredibly powerful in healing, but also applied topically or taken internally, these oils that come from plants have other health benefits. So I think it's great to get away from thinking, what smell would she like, and more into what benefits would she receive. So she's a busy teacher, maybe something like a lavender, or this is called Serenity. This is a blend of lavender with a bunch of other really calming, relaxing, beautiful oils, maybe something like that. And then writing that down in the card to say, like, this was handcrafted for you. These are the oils that are in it, and this is the purpose that each oil serves, and really just being one of the people that's starting this person maybe on their journey of being more aware of what they're putting in and on their body. So I love introducing people to that non-toxic, healthy living kind of lifestyle by sharing some of the things that I love in my own life. So those are some ideas for you guys around essential oils. And then you would take something like that little perfume and put it in like a little bottle like this, like a little roller bottle with a carrier oil, and you put a bunch of essential oils in it that smell really great or that are calming and soothing or uplifting. and then they can kind of like roll it on their neck, or now of course it's good to know your teacher a little bit to know like where they stand with all this stuff, so this may not always be the best choice. So you always want to make sure it's a safe bet too. So if you think that's something she would enjoy, there's some ideas for you. Now, some of the other things that I found that I think are great ideas and would make great gifts for anybody, but I'm trying to kind of stick to teachers this week just because I feel like teacher gifts and stocking stuffers kind of can go hand in hand, because oftentimes those are the types of gifts we're giving teachers. So these are great stocking stuffer ideas, but also teacher gifts. So another great thing that I think is a wonderful thing to give to a teacher would be a subscription box gift. So if you haven't heard of them, they're really starting to blow up right now. Subscription boxes are everywhere in every area, right? Whether it's for teachers, whether it's for moms, whether it's for business owners. There's a lot of companies out there now that have started subscription boxes. So you basically sign up. It's like signing up to like a magazine subscription or any other kind of monthly subscription. And what'll happen is, like, for instance, I know somebody who started up a business subscription box last year. It has completely taken off and she's doing amazing. So basically, if you're a business owner, a female business owner, you would sign up for this subscription box. It gets delivered to your door every month, and it's like a little box that would contain all sorts of cool things that are going to help you in your business life. So there might be a great business book one month with some cool pens or gadgets for your desk, or maybe it's some sort of a digital program that's going to help you in your business somehow. So there are these boxes that are always full of really cool, useful goodies, and you get it delivered to you every month. So for a teacher or for somebody in your life who you want to give a great gift to, looking up a great subscription box would be a good idea. So I'm going to name a couple boxes that I know of that if you want to look into this, you can. There's one box that just launched today, and I'm actually going to talk specifically about subscription boxes that will up-level your mom life next week. So I'm going to be mentioning the subscription box again next week in more detail, but I'm going to talk about it today because I think this would be a great one for teachers, especially someone who's a mom. And the box is called Alively. So you can go check out that website. I think it's alivelybox.com. It just launched today, and my friend Shelly is actually launching, or has launched that, and I'm just so excited for her. She's doing some wonderful things in the world of like self-care for moms. So she's launched the subscription box. You can sign up to have it delivered every month, and it's going to be full of all sorts of useful, amazing goodies to keep your mom life healthy and amazing. So like I said, I'll talk about it in more detail next week, but that would be an example of a subscription box that you could get, sign up to have sent to the teacher in your life. Now, these subscription boxes, typically like a yearly subscription, might be more than you want to spend on that teacher. And a couple ideas I have from that perspective would be, if you purchase gifts for your teacher throughout the year, like let's say you get them a Christmas gift, and then let's say you get them a year-end gift, and I'm not sure what other times of the year people purchase gifts for teachers, but it may actually be worth it, depending on how much you're spending, to just go ahead and get them a subscription box for a year, and then that's like their gift for the year for teaching your kids and everything that they're doing. I think that's like a really nice, generous thing to do if you want to spend that kind of money. If not, you can also go in on it with some other parents. So, if you've got a couple other parents that you're close with and everybody is looking for a gift idea, and the subscription box is going to be, let's say, a couple $100 for the year, you can always divvy that up with another few families and say, would you guys like to go in on this with us, and it'll be kind of our collective gift to the teacher. So there's a few different ways you can approach that if you don't want to absorb the full cost of a subscription box, because some of them, like I said, can be pricier than what you'd want to spend on a teacher at Christmas time, but it's just something to think about. The other subscription box that's great for teachers is actually specifically for teachers, and it's called Elementary Box. So if that's something that's of interest to you, look it up. And it's, like I said, specifically for teachers. So the items that they're going to be getting on a regular basis would be specific not only to the fact that they're a teacher, but also specifically what age group and grade that they're teaching. So it's always going to be full of goodies that are going to help the teacher, in the specific stage that she's at. So those are a couple things that I would look up if you're interested in the subscription gift box idea or subscription box idea as a gift. A lively box and elementary box. Okay. Now, another couple great things I think would be great for a teacher would be like a magazine subscription, talking about subscriptions. There's so many mainstream magazines out there now, you guys, like Glamour, Cosmo, like been there, done that. But there's a lot of kind of indie magazines coming up that are like up and coming that are just catered towards real women and really touching on like real things, and they're thought-provoking, they have thought-provoking content. And so I personally love Hall and Lane. If you guys haven't heard of it, this is the magazine. Okay, it's a beautiful magazine. It's just a quarterly magazine. If I got that right, I think it's like just 3 or 4 times a year, I want to say. Once every 3 or 4 months, you'll get this magazine. It's a gorgeous magazine. And it's basically Hall and Lane, a sanctuary for soul-filled stories, full of beautiful pictures, full of real stories, real women, not like, half where you like get to like page 200 and now the articles start, because the first 200 pages were all advertisements. So if you're looking for something like that and you think the teacher in your life might enjoy it, especially somebody maybe who's not a mom and she's got time to sit down and read a magazine and you think she enjoys quality content, here's another one of their issues. Just gorgeous, just a gorgeous, gorgeous magazine. And the issues always have like different kind of themes. So this one's the heart issue. The other one was the body issue. So something like this might be a great idea to get onto their website and get them a subscription to the magazine. I think that's a very unique and special gift, and a lot of times I think somebody like a teacher might not spend that money on herself to do that, but it's a great way to kind of give them that gift of something that they might never buy for themselves. And then the other couple ideas that I had run across that I really liked were again under the area of subscriptions. So, there's a lot of apps out there now that cater specifically to teachers. And if your budget isn't huge, you can find, a great app for teachers and purchase it for them, because most apps are not that pricey. So if you don't have a huge budget, just look up a great app for the teacher. Even something like a meditation app or an affirmation app. There's some great apps out there that, especially I'm thinking for somebody who's in a classroom with kids all day long, maybe there's an app that she could throw on her phone that's going to help her get calm in moments of chaos, or help her with her kids in the classroom. So these are all little ideas, in a digital and technology world that I think some teachers might appreciate. And while we're on that topic, I will also say that now there's lots of podcasts and books out there that are geared towards teachers as well. So paying for maybe, a couple months of credits for your teacher to have an Audible account, right, would be another way to really give them a gift that they're going to use. Maybe while they're driving to work, they can be listening to a book on teaching or on education, or any kind of book that they want. If you just get them the account and pay for it, then they can just download that themselves and have access to like an Audible account. So, I'm really in this world of podcasting and audio listening. So I think that everyone should have Audible and everyone should have podcasts, the podcast app on their phone, because there's always, when you're driving or when you're washing dishes or when you're doing something, you can always be multitasking. And then, the other thing, when I was talking about giving somebody something of value, I just wanted to name off a couple of podcasts specifically that I had found that a teacher might really be able to use. So when you give your teacher a gift, whether it's bath salts or essential oils or a magazine or whatever, you could also say, hey, I did some research and here's a list of some podcasts you might enjoy listening to, like just as like a value added thing for teachers, because there's some great podcasts out there that are specifically geared towards teachers. So I always love to introduce people to things that they might not know about that will bring value to their life. So if you are a parent of a student at school and you really appreciate what your teacher is doing for your child, then, you know, bringing that value to them of saying, hey, here's a list of some podcasts that I found that you might benefit from. Take a listen. It's like you're just giving them like a little something extra, right, with what you're doing for them. There's a bunch. I just did a little Google search. There's like Angela Watson has a Truth for Teachers podcast. There's the 10-Minute Teacher podcast, the Google Teacher Tribe podcast, Talk with Teachers, School Psyched podcast. So there's like lots that are focused specifically for teachers. So it might just be like a great little value add for you. And then finally, I just wanted to show you this one thing. And this is honestly, like, I feel kind of guilty showing this to you guys, even mentioning this, because I am so trying to get away from this and move into a non-toxic world. But I'm going to share it anyway because I still love it. And I think if you have a teacher, especially someone who might enjoy the magazines or someone who's younger, somebody, if you notice she's really into like looking good and having her nails done, I have to tell you guys this product that has completely changed my mom life. I've talked about it before on my blog. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on my podcast. Especially if you don't have a big budget. I think this stuff is like $10, maybe 12. It's called Seche Vite. It's a quick dry top coat for nails. I am trying to get away from like toxic nail polish myself, so that's why I kind of like hesitate to recommend things that I personally am trying to get away from, but I haven't been able to let go of this yet because it's just that amazing. So if you have anybody in your life who likes to have their nails painted, especially a busy teacher or a busy mom, this stuff is magic, okay? Like you put on whatever nail polish you're gonna put on, and then over top of that, you put Seche Vite while the other layers are still wet of your color. And this stuff will dry the nail polish underneath so fast it'll make your head spin. When my boys were babies, they were like babies, okay? Like I would put them down for a nap and I'd want to do my nails. And I would be like, oh, I can't do my nails. Like, what if they wake up? What if I have to go pick up one of the babies? That's when I discovered Seche Vite. It was life-changing. I could literally do my nails and have everything be dry and done in under 10 minutes because this top coat is so fast drying. So it's kind of like pretty magical. And if this is your jam, I highly recommend picking up a few bottles of these, and they make great stocking stuffers, and they also make great teacher gifts, I think. Actually, now that I think about it, I just said $10 to $12. I think I've seen these even at HomeSense before for as little as like HomeSense or Winners for like $6.99. So, you know, just a simple, great gift. But again, I love giving gifts that just will bring value to somebody, and this is definitely one of those time-saving things. All right, guys, so those are my ideas. These things that I listed off today, I'm going to be doing one or two of these. So stay tuned. Not sure exactly what combination I'm gonna go with yet. I never really know too, like there's an 8 in the classroom and my kids are in a Montessori, so some of the grades are combined, and I know that the other teachers spend time with them. So I'm still trying to sort through like how many gifts I need to buy here, and then I've got twins, so I don't want to be, you know, the mom that just gives one gift for both twins. Like I'm going to give separate gifts from each kid. So I got to figure out how many gifts I need, but I'm definitely doing some combination of some of these things. And I hope you found this valuable or at least inspiring. And have a super weekend. Next week is the last week of the 12 days of Christmas. Day 12 will be next Friday. And next week, I've got some really cool stuff for you guys. It's going to be a lot of mindset stuff. I know a lot of you who follow me are in this place right now of wanting to up-level your life, become a better person, be a better mom, take better care of yourself, be healthier, mind, body, soul. And I'm going to share some tips with you next week. I've got kind of different things happening every day, but we're going to talk about some of the stuff, easy stuff that you can be doing or starting to think about doing that's really going to make 2018 a great year from you, from the perspective of your health, mind, body, soul, your motherhood, and just yourself, like just being that person that you want to be and fulfilling your purpose. I'm going to share with you what my New Year's resolutions are going to be. And I'm also going to share with you how I managed to make the perfect, most juiciest turkey every time. I have a secret that I've been using for years and it's never failed me. So there's going to be a day next week where I talk about that as well. And like I said, I will also be talking about those subscription boxes. So if you like that idea of, you used to get magazines, but you don't do that anymore, but you like the idea of maybe putting some money into something where you get something every month delivered to you that serves you in different ways, I have some of my favorite subscription boxes that I'm going to share with you guys next week as well. Okay, so it's going to be a fun week, so I hope you'll join me. Please, again, as usual, comment, share, like, tag people you think would love this information, and we'll see you guys next week.